What's up, everyone? We're going to discuss another command. This one's going to be the /fed minutes command. Now, if you don't know what the fed minutes are, good news, it's all explained within the command results itself. So let's go ahead and look at how we can call this command. So, as with any command, as far as Discord commands go, /commands is going to be the main way you will call commands in Discord. You can do this from your phone or your computer, and to do so, simply just type a / in your text box anywhere in the Discord that you can send a message, and you will get a list that will populate. Now, when Discord's not being glitchy, there will be avatars that show up. Let me go ahead and refresh this, because sometimes you have to do it. And to refresh it, you hit Control R. Okay, so there's our list. It's populated. This column here is going to be all of the bots available to you in the server that you can use. Now, to narrow down the middle column here, all of the commands as a whole, down to the bot that you want specifically, like if you want to just go through and look at each individual bot to see which commands each bot offers, you can do that by simply clicking on them, and as you can see, the results for each bot show up just to the right of the avatar that you click on. So in this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and click the FUDStop bot, and this brings up our own server commands. So we're going to use the /fed command, so we can either scroll down to the F's, because it's all alphabetized, or we could just easily type /fed minutes. That is the command we're going to be discussing. And under each command, you will see a description. It's going to be a very brief one, but there will be better descriptions in the commands themselves. So, fed minutes here, it says view historic fed minutes in PDF format, which we're going to do. So, you can click on it. Once you click on it, then you're going to need to satisfy the report field, which is just asking you for a date. So we're just going to put 20, and as you can see, all of the years start to populate. This is autocomplete. It's going to try and predict what you want. And let's just say we want to look at this year in January. We want to check and look back on the state of the economy in January of this year to kind of see where we may be headed next month. Anything like that, research purposes, would be a great time to use this. So we type 2022, and then we select 0126, and then we just hit enter, and the command output will be shown. Now, for those of you wondering what FOMC minutes is, it's actually in the command itself. So real quick, the Federal Open Market Committee, or FOMC, is a committee within the Federal Reserve, or the Central Bank of the United States. The FOMC is responsible for setting monetary policy for the country, which includes decisions about interest rates and supply of money in the economy. In this excerpt, it appears that the FOMC is voting to authorize and direct the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to execute certain transactions in the System Open Market Account, or SOMA holdings, which is another command we're going to be discussing soon, in order to maintain the federal funds rate in a target range of 0 to 0.25%. The SOMA is a portfolio of securities such as Treasury securities and agency mortgage-backed securities that the Federal Reserve uses to implement monetary policy. The FOMC is also directing the desk, which is a part of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York that manages the SOMA holdings, to increase the SOMA holdings of Treasury securities and agency mortgage-backed securities by certain amounts in the coming months, and to engage in certain other transactions, such as overnight repurchase agreement operations and dollar roll and coupon swap transactions, in order to support the smooth functioning of financial markets and to provide credit to households and businesses. The FOMC notes that the economy has continued to strengthen with solid job gains and a decline in the unemployment rate, but that inflation remains elevated. There are risks to the economic outlook, including from the new variants of coronavirus, and the committee states that it seeks to achieve maximum employment and inflation at the rate of 2% over the longer run, and that it expects it will soon be appropriate to raise the target range for federal funds rate, which they did. The committee also plans to reduce the pace of its net asset purchases, which refers to its purchases of securities in the SOMA holdings, and bring them to an end in early March. So, it basically will take the FOMC minutes that you want, summarize it for you, and give you the output. But if you want to look at the full document itself, you can also do that, because that's what the command's for. It returns you back the link to the FOMC minutes that describes everything in the command output. So that is the fed minutes command. Leverages the API from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York itself. Let's go, Brandon.